Hey everyone, welcome back to KDX Bricks Analytics. This is where we talk everything Lego investing and reselling. There are 131 remaining sets on my mentions and enthusiasm score table that we need to look at. This is part 3 from the last 2 videos. Of course, at the end, I will give you my top 3 from everything we talk about in this video. No more time wasting. Let's jump into these sets and continue where we left off at the end of the last video. The first set with 2 mentions, but a top enthusiasm score of 3.0 is 76914, the Ferrari 812 Competizone. It is expected to retire at the end of this year. That's what the R in parentheses in front of the set number and name on our table means, which means just under a 2-year shelf life, a 4.4 on Brickset. Very good. I like this one, just like I like most of the Speed Champions, but it's at the newer, but not the newest, $25 price point. I still want Speed Champions for 16 or better. Who knows if these will get down to 16 right before they retire. If not, then I might start setting out some of the Speed Champions sets. But remember, Speed Champions are still hugely popular. Looking on Amazon, massive sales velocity for many of these sets. 4,000 for the McLaren F1, only 1,000 for this 2-pack. 1,000 per month for the Audi Quattro, 1,000 per month for the new Ford Mustang Dark Horse. I like that one a lot. 2,000 for the Lotus, not the best set, but now we're getting into some heavy hitters. 4,000 for this McLaren 2-pack, 2,000 for the Mercedes F1 2-pack, and then 4,000 for the Ferrari 812. The label on Amazon is incorrect on this one, and it's still selling 4,000 a month. It is discounted already for 20. I'm hoping it goes lower later this year. Next up, also with 2 mentions and an enthusiasm score of 3, is the Lord of the Rings Barad-dûr Tower. This is an amazing set. $460, but 5471 pieces. It just came out. So way too early to tell and way too early to start picking them up and storing them away. Such a large box and a ton of money. Obviously wait until we get a retirement date, which is going to be a few years out, but odds are once it actually does retire, because of the popularity of Lord of the Rings in general and the previous Lord of the Rings Lego sets, this one will go up in value someday. But again, this early in the game for this set, I'm not analyzing beyond acknowledging that it just came out and that it looks cool and something that I want to watch way in the future. Oh, and before I continue on, I meant to mention that this table is for April 1st through May 31st. 89 YouTube videos that I watched all about Lego investing and reselling across 13 channels, a total of 821 individual Lego set mentions. As I've said lightheartedly in the past, this is where I watch all the Lego investing and reselling videos so that you don't have to, but remember, there's tons of great channels and videos out there. I recommend checking them all out. Third set to mention in this video is 10302 El Dorado Fortress. 2 mentions, enthusiasm score of 2.5. I agree with those metrics. A 4.5 on Brickset, $215 for over 2,500 pieces and 9 minifigures. They're not anything particularly special, but they are new Lego Pirate minifigures, which is always cool because we don't get many pirate sets these days. Assuming it does stay on the retirement list, it will only be on the shelves for a year and a half, which seems pretty short for a set of this size and quality. I have one. I've built it. You can see here I have it marked owned and open, which means I have built it. I had this set in my first top 10 power rankings video, so I am excited about it, but since making that video, I've looked at the most recent data and it doesn't look as good. So now here on Amazon, only 100 per month are being sold, but I'm not sure if Amazon's actually carrying this set because it's showing Rakuten here and an employee-owned seller. So maybe Amazon never actually carried this set. It's not an exclusive, so I don't know why. You can correct me in the comments if I'm misunderstanding something. I will look at the supply and demand data over the coming months and report back any additional findings, because even though I am excited about this one, I'm starting to have a few little questions here and there that I want to check out further as we get close to retirement. 31120, the Creator 3-in-1 Medieval Castle, also an E-score of 2.5. This is such a cool set. $100 for over 1,400 pieces. A few minifigures, a couple of them are knights, which is awesome to get in a Creator 3-in-1 set. Nice parts, nice pieces, good little side build with a dragon. The sides swing in to make a rectangular stronghold looking castle. Even though most Creator 3-in-1s are not a good investment, there's a couple every year or so that seems to do pretty well. And I think this could be one. A 4.3 on Brickset, almost 10,000 members on Brickset already own it. Here's a couple of previous 3-in-1s that have done well. Again, it's super rare, but it is possible. The Outdoor Cabin that retired in 2020, $30 up to $44 after shipping and fees. Typically the price that you see on Brickset is adjusted for that. Mythical Creatures, a really small $15 set that retired in 2019, selling new for $26. And then this really unique fish tank that retired in 2022, $30 up to $47. The second I saw this set, I knew it was going to do well, and then I ended up never picking any up. I don't know what I was thinking. But now back to this castle set. There's so much you can do with it. We're here on Rebrickable. So here's the A model. The B model looks good, doesn't use as many pieces, but what's nice is all the leftover pieces can be used to create your own additional castle components, because it's easy to add on and just build more and more to the castle or castle elements. And then here's the C model, which is another nice little build. But additionally, check out all of the user mocks that have been posted on Rebrickable. There are all kinds of great things. Like, I want to get 3 or 4 of this set and build up a few of these and make a nice creator 3-in-1 castle scene with the few minifigures that come in each box. I truly think there's something special about this set, but like always, I want it on a decent discount, and then I think I'd do okay with it. Another set with 2 mentions and an E-score of 2.5 is the newer 42158 NASA Mars rover Perseverance. Not retiring at the end of this year, but it is one that I want to keep an eye on because NASA sets in general do pretty well, and here was the original Ideas Mars rover. It did retire in 2014, so it's been a while, but this one is up from $30 to a cool $400. And when I saw that, I said, no way. So I went over to eBay, and sure enough, $350 shipped. So it's not quite the $400 on Brickset, but there are some really high prices on this tiny set. The new R2-D2 also has an enthusiasm score of 2.5. Finally, an R2-D2 that I like. Good size. The build is actually good. It's not too bulky like the previous few R2-D2s. It's going to pair well with the Chewbacca that's already out and the coming C-3PO. And the great thing about this one is we get the exclusive Darth Malak minifigure that looks awesome. The next bunch of sets have 2 mentions and an enthusiasm score of 2. Follow along on the table. I'm not going to read them all off every time, but the first one is 21327. If you've seen previous videos, you know I like this one a lot. I think it is flying under the radar. It is $250, so I do want it on a good discount, but it's a 4.5 on Brickset. I think this one will be a slow burn, a little bit longer of a hold time, but I think it's going to do very well and surprise some people on the secondary market. The mechanisms in here are just fantastic. How Lego made this happen is unbelievable, and hats off to the fan designer because this is an idea set. Another idea set I love is this A-frame cabin retiring at the end of this year, so less than a 2-year shelf life. $180 for almost 2,100 pieces. It's just a beautiful set. I love camping. I love the outdoors. This just pulls a lot of nostalgia out of me and a lot of just joy because I love it when I get away and get to go spend time with the family outside. And my justification for loving this set is the Ideas Treehouse. I know they're not completely synonymous, but this one has been out since 2019. It's been on the retirement list twice, and it has been extended twice, which means that it is selling fantastically for Lego. So much demand for this set. I think that will carry over to the A-frame cabin, and if the A-frame cabin is less than a 2-year shelf life, then I think that is awesome. Oh, and don't forget, my videos are for entertainment purposes only. I do not provide financial advice. You got to get that from somebody else. 71374 Nintendo Entertainment System. I have never been excited about this set, even though it has a 4.6 on Brickset, that it's selling $400 per month on Amazon, which is pretty decent for a $270 set, and that the Camel 3X chart is showing that when it goes out of stock, it bumps up to $300 to $350. All the metrics say that this one will be decent on the secondary market. My personal bias is coming in. I think it's ugly, even though I love Nintendo, and it's going to have over a 4-year shelf life, so I'm just skipping it because I think it's too high risk. 80112, the Auspicious Dragon. It's a really cool looking set, but I just haven't got into the seasonal and or festival type sets, so I just don't know enough. But it does have a 4.7 on Brickset, which is amazing. But here's one that I actually am kind of interested in. 80113, the Family Reunion Celebration. It's another Chinese traditional festival set, expected to retire at the end of this year. Typically, they all have a 1-year shelf life. This one only has a 4.3 on Brickset. But if we look at the images, there's a lot of great interior detail, tons of minifigures. There's some depth to this. The roof bar area is really good. So there's some interest from having a Chinese restaurant build in your city, which I think would be pretty cool. $130 for 1,800 pieces and 13 minifigures seems fantastic too. So I am going to keep an eye on this one, but I'm not saying I'm picking any up yet. The newest Architecture Landmark series, Notre Dame, is amazing. What a great build. I haven't really got into the architecture sets in the past, so I don't really really know for investing. Again, it's way too early to tell since it just came out, but if we look at other Landmark series sets and just scroll through, you can look at some of these numbers, but they have done well in the past. Maybe not all of them, but like the John Hancock Center, $20 to over $300. The Sears Tower, $20 to over $200. So there is a good track record, at least with the older ones. Now, when we get down to some of the newer ones, the value starts to taper off. Empire State Building, 130 and only 111. The White House that just retired, 100 and only 86 right now. Trafalgar Square, $80 and only 82. So it's kind of hit or miss, more hits than misses. And so much later in life, I will keep an eye on Notre Dame. This is a cool set right here, 21341, the Hocus Pocus Sanderson Sisters Cottage. It's so unique. It goes with Halloween themed buildings. It goes with medieval type buildings, and it's a fully enclosed structure. So there could be some opportunity when it retires. 31208, the Great Wave art set. I like it a lot. I'll be watching it over the next couple of years. The art sets that are flat with tiles or plates don't interest me, but the ones that have some depth and texture to them, I like a lot, and this one looks pretty good. The 4+ Disney Celebration Train for $40, 200 pieces, but actually not a bad price for a 4+ set. 6 minifigures, 3 of them are exclusive. It's so charming. There's a lot I like about it. A new city construction crane. This is so cool. I'm not surprised it's already getting a couple of mentions. It's really big. We don't get a lot of city construction cranes or construction sets for that matter. Let's look at some other previous ones. If we scroll down, we got to get down here pretty far on this table to find some sizable sets that Lego's done in the city line recently. Here's a service truck, 25 up to 50. A bulldozer from 2015, 40 up to 67. And then this demolition site also from 2015, 90 up to 160. Although it's new, I do want to watch it as it approaches retirement. 75372, Clone Trooper and Battle Droid Battle Pack. That's a mouthful. I'm excited about this one because it's only $30, so I'll be keeping an eye on it. 76250, Wolverine's Adamantium Claws. Really an interesting set because it's so plain. People hated it when it came out, but it's growing on a lot of people, and it is a Target exclusive, so maybe something to watch. 76424, the Flying Ford Anglia from Harry Potter. Only $15, but not one that I'm interested in. 76435, Hogwarts Castle, the Great Hall. This is a very new set. Kind of unique looking because it's built up on the rocky structure, so you have a little bit of a shoreline there. But $200 for 1,732 pieces seems insane. Yes, it does have a bunch of minifigures, but I will be passing. The demand for Lego Harry Potter is really wearing off at this point, even though I still love all the sets for personal collection. And now we're to a grouping of sets on the table that have 2 mentions and only an enthusiasm score of 1.5. Most of these I'll be skipping. The first one is the Creator 3-in-1 Deep Sea Creatures. The next one is the Nightmare Shark Ship from Dreams, $140, but a really cool build and color design. The minifigures are pretty sweet. Most of the Dream sets aren't going to do great, but this one I have my eye on because it has a 4.7 on Brickset. If we throw Dreams into Amazon, we can see that they're not awful. There is some sales velocity. Like this one is $700 per month. The Shark Ship is only $200, but that's because it is one of the most expensive in this line. Here's a few that are $200 or $300 per month. $400 for the Pegasus horse, $500 for Izzy and the Bunchu the bunny, which is kind of cool looking, really creative. $800 for the small hot air balloon. I do like how colorful and creative all the Dream sets are, and so I am happy to pick them up at Walmart when they're going 50, 60, 70% off. The N1 Starfighter Microfighter is an absolute pass for me. There is nothing here of value. First of all, it is $16, which is crazy. The Mando minifigure is not exclusive, and the build sucks. I'm passing on the Yavin 4 Rebel Base unless it is on a great discount. I've already got 2. I wanted one for personal collection, and I figured at $100 at Walmart, I might as well get the second one that was there. If I were to get any more of these, they would need to be around $75. I'm passing on the Batcave Shadow Box. Also, even though this is a really cool set, great concept, great idea, I would love to have one, even though I really wouldn't because of the price and how much space it takes up. $400. I just don't see anybody paying $500, $600, $700 for it. Another new Harry Potter set, Ollivander's and Madame Malkin's robes. It just came out, but still most likely a pass, even though it looks like Lego is making a bunch of the Diagon Alley buildings in individual sets, like we've got Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. Maybe Lego's got more planned and they'll all connect together. Kind of like when they produced all of the individual Ultimate Castle sets, and then you could combine them together to make this Ultimate Castle. Here are all those individual sets that go together. Kind of a cool concept, but I don't think that it really picked up in terms of people saying, hey, I'm going to collect all these. I don't think many people have actually made the ultimate castle in their own home. My other concern is we already have a bunch of Diagon Alley buildings in this very large and expensive $450 set. And I think these ones are actually better builds than the smaller new ones that are coming out. I just realized I got these out of order. We did talk about Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, and then down here is the Ollivanders and Madame Malkin's robes. Knocked both those out, so we'll go back up the table to the Back to the Future time machine. At $200, I'm passing on that one. 311.36, the exotic parrot, not the exotic pink parrot. This is a creator 3-in-1. I like the pink parrot. This one is available everywhere, so most likely to skip it. 311.47, the retro camera. Great little build, unlikely to invest in it. 75.378, the Bark Speeder Escape. Not my favorite. $30 for only 221 pieces and basically 3 minifigures. Grogu doesn't count in my book because he's tiny and he's available everywhere, even though he still is adorable. Now this set I liked a lot. 75386, Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon battle. That scene was pretty darn awesome, even though season 3, I think it was, of Mandalorian wasn't the best. But these minifigures are super cool. $40 is super expensive. We will get it on a good discount, I am sure. The newest Star Wars mech, hopefully Lego makes more. This is the Luke Skywalker X-Wing mech. I love it. I've converted. I am now a believer in the Star Wars mechs, even though they are ridiculous, but they are so ridiculous, they're fun, and this one is really well done. What a cool mech. What a cool concept and idea. The new Triwizard Tournament, The Arrival. Good to see something different out of Harry Potter than a tan and sand green building. I like the idea. I probably still won't be investing in it. However, the previous Durmstrang ship is up from $50 to $329. No, I'm kidding. This is not a good comparable. This thing retired back in 2006 in one of the original Harry Potter waves, back when Harry Potter was super popular. And obviously there was not nearly as much Lego being sold then as there is today. One thing I do want to point out is with this new build, there's just not a lot of interior space. Like, it looks really cool. And yeah, that element comes off and there's a door that swings out, but you can only fit just a few minifigures in there. It just seems a little cramped. I wish that they had designed it to be a little more open, maybe a few more studs longer and a stud or two wider. Now we've got a few sets with 2 mentions and only an enthusiasm score of 1 on our table. The first one is the UCS Land Speeder. I want it if I can get it 50% off, otherwise it's a pass. Another Batman versus the Joker set. Heck, why not? If 10 Batman versus Joker is good, why not 10 more? Pass for me. 76226, the Spider-Man figure. I don't invest in the brick-built action figures because Lego's basically never made one that has done very well on the primary or secondary market. The large Batmobile tumbler, really cool, but it's so choppy and studdy. Lego designed it exactly how I'd want it, but I think that's going to make it less desirable to a lot of Batman fans. I think they'd prefer the large Batmobile or their large Batwing. Plus, the previous large tumbler that retired in 2015 is only up from $200 to $243. The brick-built Expecto Patronum, which I always find to be very disappointing because there's just not enough transparent blue pieces in there. However, on Amazon, it is selling about $1,000 a month. The Up House came out with a lot of buzz because it's a great movie, but now it's looking like it's going to have a pretty long shelf life, so I don't know yet on this one. The Venom mech with Miles Morales. I pass on all superhero mechs. Way too many of them have been produced. And now the rest of the sets on this table have only 1 mention, but the first bunch do have an enthusiasm score of 3, so I am going to highlight a few of these and then we're going to burn through the rest of the sets in this table. The first one is 21334, the Ideas Jazz Quartet. I really like this set. It's $100 for 1,600 pieces, a 4.6 on brick set. You are getting a lot in the box for the price, and it looks good. This is so classy. So much personality in the figures. All the instruments were designed really, really well. It's selling $400 a month on Amazon. Not great, but not terrible. But my big selling point is here we are on the Camel 3X. Here's the flat $100 Amazon price, and when we turn on third-party sales, boom, there are a bunch of sales above the MSRP, 130 to 150, even a little higher. Joy, Sadness, and Anxiety Brickheads from Inside Out just came out and expected to retire at the end of this year. For those reasons alone, I love it, and I will be picking some up. The Technic Mustang Shelby, I love these $50 Technic sports cars. I want them all for personal collection, and if and when they go 50% off, then I will get them for investing. I've already got the Jeep, that Formula E, and that blue one. Maybe it was a McLaren, and I got them all for 50% off. Ninjago City Gardens, this is a big yes for me. I don't like normally investing in such expensive sets, but it's $350 for 5685 pieces. There are 4 in this series. All 4 of them are fantastic. The first 2 have already retired and they have 2x, 3x on the secondary market. This is the most visually pleasing of the 4, so I think this one will also do well, and it has a 4.6 on brick set. The Lego exclusive City of Lanterns from Monkey Kid, a 4.4 on brick set. I love it. $160 for almost 2,200 pieces. I've been singing the praises of this set for a couple years now, and it is now expected to retire, so a 3-year shelf life. Lord of the Rings Rivendell, this is a top 20 Lego set ever in history and life. This thing is beautiful. It's a work of art. I'm sure it'll go up in value, but who knows when it's going to retire. The Lego exclusive Christmas tree is not one that I like, so I am passing on it. The Lego exclusive upscaled minifigure, I'm passing on this one too, even though there was some good excitement around it when it first came out. I think that's died off. Maybe there will be such little supply on the secondary market that it will do okay, but it's boring to me and I don't like how the head in the hat shapes out. The newish Spring Festival Mickey Mouse brickheads. The previous Mickey Mouse brickhead did really well, so I like this one too. The new Imperial Star Destroyer, obviously way too early to start investing in it, but it is a great set. 7 really good minifigures, and it even has a little bit of interior detail, but that ship is really well done. I love the box art on it too. And the 25th anniversary Cal Kestis minifigure. Next up on the table is the NASA Shuttle Discovery, expected to retire at the end of this year. This is the first of a long list of sets with 1 mention and enthusiasm score of 2. I like this one. Most of the NASA sets are evergreens and turn some sort of profit. 10303, the Loop Coaster. It's a pass for me because the previous coaster retailed at $380 and is only going for $360. 10308, the Holiday Main Street. Still at the $100 price point, so great price for 1,500 pieces. But I'm passing because it's a bunch of smaller builds. I'd rather have one large, well done, fully enclosed build, plus the Winter Village collection sets seem to be tapering off on the secondary market. Architecture Skyline Singapore. I don't know much about the architecture sets other than many of them in the past have done well, so who knows, maybe this is one to look at. The Tree House, we talked about it earlier. It is such an amazing set, but way too long of a shelf life. Only if this goes 50% off, like in the last 3 days before it clears shelves, would I pick it up. The Ideas Globe, pretty interesting concept, decently executed. At the right price, I could be interested. BTS Dynamite at $100, absolutely not, but I did pick up 9 of them for $30 at Walmart. To be honest, when I first picked them up at that price, I still had some hesitancy, but as time has gone on, I feel really good about those pickups. I might have to hold on to them for a little while, but there's still a lot of international popularity around the band. The Creator 3-in-1 White Rabbit, say that 5 times fast. It's adorable, but I'm passing. Creator 3-in-1 Beach Camper Van, it's a pass for me. The Creator 3-in-1 Birdhouse, it's a Walmart exclusive, and this thing is adorable. $30 for 476 pieces, 5 birds and a 6th little baby bird in there. I'm surprised this one doesn't get talked about more. I think this could actually grow a little bit on the secondary market. The Mini Palace of Agrabah, I really like this sub-theme Lego is doing with these mini castles. There's been very little buzz around them, so probably not worth picking up for investing, but I want one of each for my own personal collection. And there's a new one coming out, the Sleeping Beauty Castle, and what a great color. Very well done. Dream Village from season 1 of Dreams. This is the only exclusive Dream set, and it is a Lego exclusive. For that reason, I do like it. I have this set in my Power Rankings video. It retails for $30. That's right. And on eBay, here's one $40 shipped, another one that's $40 shipped. So it's already going for over MSRP. I think this one is worth watching. Friends Holiday Ski Slope, Cinderella and Prince Charming's Castle, Little Mermaid Royal Clamshell, The Pirate Snub Fighter, and I Am Groot. All of those are skips for me. 76218 Sanctum Sanctorum. Only 1 mention with an enthusiasm score of 2. I can't believe how little noise there is around this set. $250, over 2,700 pieces, 9 minifigures, 7 of them are exclusive. If it retires at the end of this year, we'll have just over a 2-year shelf life. It's like an awesome souped up modular building with great minifigures and a whole scene and story you can tell with it. So there's a lot of different directions you can go. Almost 10,000 people on Bricks that already own this set. And remember, it's a $250 set. It is a 4.5 on Bricks set, so that's awesome. It just seems like this one has all of the makings to be a winner on the secondary market. I'm watching it closely. It might even creep into my Power Rankings in a future video. Star-Lord's Helmet, I'm still skipping it, even though it is a Target exclusive. The McLaren 2-pack, I like it okay. We've already talked a lot about Speed Champions. The rest of these with an enthusiasm score of 2 are not expected expected to retire at the end of this year, so it's too early to start investing in them, but I do like this boutique hotel a lot. I also like this Concorde, something different from Lego, 4.6 on brick set, so depending on when it retires, I think it has a chance. And same thing with this medieval town square. It is a beautiful set. I want to zoom in. You get a couple of buildings, all the great thatching and detail, good little side builds and minifigures. Absolutely will be in my personal collection. And assuming it's not a crazy long shelf life, I imagine a good one to invest in. Minecraft, Ender Dragon, and End Ship. I'm not investing in Minecraft right now. The buzz is all gone. Wild Safari Animals. That giraffe build is amazing. The face and head is so well done. You got to give it to the Lego designer on that. I want to zoom in. Yeah, that is so on point. This new creator T-Rex just got announced, will be coming out soon. The Macaw Parrots art set. I do like the pastel colors, kind of a cool idea. Stitch in the Brickheads form, pretty adorable. One of the small botanicals add-on or battle packs, if you will, Cherry Blossoms. These things fly off the shelves and it looks really good. Brickheads Mirabelle, super adorable. Brick Built Simba, I almost love it. I want to love it, but again, Lego just not quite right in the nose and mouth. I wish they just got that a touch better, but this one is actually pretty good. Police Dog Training is a pass. The Mighty Bowser, I love it, but it's going to have a pretty long shelf life. Piranha Plant, I also love it. Very affordable at $60. One to keep an eye on depending on when it retires. Jay's Mech Battle Pack just came out at the beginning of January. Probably a pass, but I do want to point out it's $10 and you get 4 minifigures. And the minifigures are actually pretty good. A lot of good printing and detail. Ninjago Tournament of Temple City. All these years later, Lego continues to pump out awesome Ninjago sets. Great detail. Probably not a good one for investing, but I think it'd be a lot of fun to build. I'm sure my kids would love to have it in their collection. One of the best UCS ships ever, the Venator Cruiser. It is awesome. Love that there's a little bit of color in this huge Star Wars gray ship. The Nano Gauntlet is next up on our table with 1 mention and enthusiasm score of 2. And then we have this new animated series Gotham City art set. I don't think it's good for investing, but it is great for personal collection. That is so cool. I'd love to see Lego do more like this, even in other licensed themes. And now we're to the bottom part of our table. All these sets only have 1 mention and an enthusiasm score of 1. There are not many on here that I think are worth looking at. The first one is the Atari 2600. Fantastic build, but not a great investment. Fantasy Forest Creatures. Supersonic Jet, Creator 3-in-1 Main Street, $140, crazy expensive. But notice I do own 4 of them. I got them all at $56 from Walmart. Huge clearance. I think a lot of people got them for that price. I still don't think I'll be able to sell them for retail anytime soon, but maybe for $100 and do okay. Cruella and Maleficent, a lot of the Disney Brickheads do okay, so this one might be of interest. The Monster Mutt Technic Monster Jam, the Disney Enchanted Treehouse, Peter Pan and Wendy's Flight Over London. This one is really good, but $60 is crazy overpriced. Goes well with the Disney mini castle sets. Rapunzel's Tower and the Snuggly Duckling. What an adorable name, but not an adorable price. $85 for 623 pieces. Wow, that's terrible. Dreams Mr. Oz's Space Car. Kind of cool minifigures, but a pass. And then the older and more expensive R2-D2, and this guy's got to go on a diet. This thing is thick, man. I can't believe how bulky Lego built this set. Yoda's Jedi Starfighter, basically an exact copy from the one 5 years ago, so it's boring. Chewbacca, you guys know I love this set. Not saying it's a good investment unless you get it on a greater than 50% discount, but I already got one during the May the 4th promos. I'm definitely going to build it, and then I'm going to put a little paper bag over Chewie's head so I don't have to look at that anymore. No, I'm kidding. I know the face is pretty terrible, but honestly, I've gotten used to it enough that I can at least tolerate it, but the rest of him is super cool, and I love that we're getting a brick-built Chewie that's this furry looking and in this size, and I want the new R2-D2, like I said, and that C-3PO that's coming out. Put all 3 of those together. Venomized Groot is a pass. Baby Rocket Ship. I don't know the source material that well on this one, but this looks like a mess for $35. Velociraptor Escape is a 4+ set. I'll be skipping it. Sonic's Loop Challenge play set. These are really cool, but the play sets are not good for investing, whether it's these or Mario or the stunts. 10281 Bonsai Tree. I still have my 2 that I invested in a couple of years ago when we thought this one was going to retire. $50 for 878 pieces. It's been on sale for as low as $35. It's still selling $10,000 a month on Amazon. Some people are cooling on this set, not me. I think when we do get a retirement date, it's going to be a good one to pick up. And the rest of these are not expected to retire at the end of this year, so too early to get too excited about them for investing purposes, but this Natural History Museum is a pretty cool modular building. The retro radio, I don't know. I think this is going to be a hard pass across the board. Personal collection and investing. Hulk vs. Rhino Truck Showdown, fun little 4+ set. Iron Spider-Man Brickhead, super cool set. Can't wait till that one retires. Potted Groot, I think it'll be okay, but I'm actually not too excited about this one, even though it's a Brickheads. Daffodils, these things fly off the shelves like hotcakes. This new Technic truck and excavator looks like it would be a pretty fun build, but I don't think I'll be getting it for investing or personal collection. This Friend Space Research Rover, this one might actually be okay. Some of the Friend sets do all right on the secondary market, but $50, and it's a really good design, build, and a bunch of play features. It turns really well. This capsule comes off like it's its own little spacecraft. The side build's pretty good. I really enjoyed watching the review on this one. Bell's Storytime Horse Carriage. This is really sweet. I love the movie. It was prime time when I was a kid. City double-decker sightseeing bus is going to be a pass. The other main new city construction set, this one is an excavator, and I like this one too. Super early, but I want to keep an eye on it. Downtown Streetcar and Station, not bad for $90 actually, so I think I'll be picking this up for a personal collection. Lego delivery truck that just came out, and not bad for $50. Wait a minute, $100? I know it's over 1,000 pieces, but no way. That is $100 for a truck, maybe $70. I was thinking this one was $50. The UCS X-Wing Starfighter, hard pass for me. R2-D2 needed to go on a diet, and honestly, this X-Wing needs to go on a diet. The Moss Espa Padres diorama, we were all super excited about this one. Huge letdown, but as you guys know, I love the dioramas. I think this one will actually be a little better after you build it. I'm not saying it's going to be a good one to invest in, but building it and having it in your hand and next to all the other dioramas, I think I'll still want it for personal collection. This new old school Batmobile from the animated series, when I first saw the images of this, I said, whoa, that's not going to work for me. But upon further inspection, the shaping's actually pretty good. So maybe it's just the color that I don't like too much. Or maybe it's just the image, because I think this is a render or composite. So maybe it'll actually work out all right once you build it. This small Aragorn in the Forbidden Forest, gotta mention. This new Speed Champions Mercedes 2-pack, gotta mention. One of these is not like the other, and I'm not meaning that one is a roadster and the other is an SUV. What I'm meaning is that one is a great build and the other one is this terrible roadster. I'll let you figure out which one I like. 76996 Dinosaur Missions Allosaurus Transport Truck. I've never invested in the Jurassic Park dinosaurs, and I'm definitely not going to start today. Years ago, it would have been a good idea, but now it seems like there's so many dinosaurs on the market that they're not pulling the same value that they used to. This new Legend of Zelda Great Deku tree, it's a 2-in-1, which is kind of cool. This looks fantastic. I love these new trees with these new leaves. Good build. I don't know if I'll be investing in it. I don't even know if I'll be buying it for personal collection, but I do like what Lego has done here. That secondary build is pretty good also. Nice to see a good big Zelda set, but I just glanced at the price. I hadn't seen that before. $300 for 2,500 pieces. And it's not like it's full of a ton of minifigures. I think it's only 2, right? Wow, even on sale, I don't see the value in picking this one up. And then last one on the table is a new Monkey Kid set, 8,058 Celestial Pagoda. Dang, I gotta say, Lego has done a fantastic job designing many of the Monkey Kid sets. This is a beautiful tower. I love the light blue color with the purple in here and all the gold. I want this one for personal collection. No idea as an investment since it just came out. All right, and now to wrap up with my top 3 from everything we've talked about. In third place is the Jazz Quartet. I showed you the Camel 3X chart. By the way, that's camel.com. I like to call it Camel 3X. 4.6 on Brickset and pulling in some good numbers when it goes out of stock. And who doesn't like jazz? Who doesn't like music? Great piece. Second place is the El Dorado Fortress. I'm still excited about it, even though the latest data is giving me a little bit of concern, but at $215, factor in a normal 20% off, or maybe even more when you stack GWPs, cashback, promos, sales, who knows? But I think at that price point for everything you're getting in the box, I think it's going to go up in decent value. And it's Pirates theme. We don't get many of those. And then my number 1 set is this tiny little Joy, Sadness, and Anxiety. When you have a 7-month shelf life on a Brickhead set from a movie that is pretty popular, then I am excited about it. All right, that was a lot of sets, a lot of fun to go through all of those. Obviously, I went pretty quickly on a lot of them, but if certain sets get more and more mentions or go higher on enthusiasm score, then I will certainly deep dive those in future videos. But coming up in my next video, I will do all of the not top sets, i.e. all of the sets that got recommended against investing from the data that I collected in April and May. So I'll get working on that soon. Thanks a lot for watching. That's a wrap on this one, and I will see you in the next one.